I'm gonna spend 100 full Minecraft days building an entire city. You see, it's been 3 months since I came up with Operation Emerald County, and this is what Emerald City looked like when I came up with this plan. And while I am proud of all the work I've been able to do on the city since that day, let's be honest, I still have a lot of building to do, and I mean a lot. Everything that you see in front of you is going to look like this by the end of the plan. Today, I am going to be building here on the westward side of the vault and the old EDF headquarters. This is gonna be a really big video, so trust me, you are going to want to stay to the end. I hope you enjoy. The first thing that I did was spend 5 Minecraft days collecting as many resources as possible. Because this project is so big, I needed thousands of blocks. And what I thought was enough at the start, well, let's just say was nowhere near the amount that I needed to be able to finish this project. Now that I had enough resources, it was time to start building. This first build was actually replacing another build that I had created 400 days prior, but it was really bad, so I replaced it with this brand new one here, which is a lot better. This build was the one that made me realize that all the resources I'd just gathered were not going to be enough for how big this next 100 days were going to be. And that's when I realized that I may have just started a project that might not be able to be finished. 8 days into the project and the first build is done. And this is a massive improvement from what used to be here. For the next 2 days, I built roads, pathways, and lighting up the roads that already existed. But we have a problem. We are 10% into this project, and all I have to show for it is one build and some street lights. So we need to pick up the pace. So my plan is really simple. As you can see, the front of these builds are very highly decorated, but the sides are just one block, usually the brown mushroom block. So my plan is to focus on building as many frontal areas of the builds as possible, and then later on at the end, in the last 10 days or something, then I can put on the sides because that's all the same block. Then hopefully we'll be able to get a lot more builds done in the next 90 days that we still have for this project. I had to go resource gathering again because the blocks that are making up this brand new build that we're doing next were blocks that I didn't think I'd have to collect at the start of this project. This brand new build is a lot more modern compared to the rest of the builds in this part of the city. This whole section of the city is a lot more grungy, dark, more of like a slum industrial area. So adding a brighter, more modern build is really going to add to the diversity of the city, making it feel like an actual real city where new builds are being mixed in with older builds, making it feel a lot more tightly connected, and it will also just give me a lot more styles to build in, so this 100 days is a lot more easier, and the rest of Operation Emerald County can continue and making this city the best city that I've ever built in Minecraft. And I really like how this new building looks after finishing it. Right, so now I want to build something really big. As you can see, our current builds they're okay, they're quite tall, sort of like medium, mostly decorated, but I want to build something like this. An absolute gigantic skyscraper that is going to be taller than EDF headquarters. As you can see, it actually looks taller. I think I might even build it taller than it is. But as you can see right now, the skyline of Emerald City is mostly pretty flat like all of this. But this new build is absolutely giant. I'm going to build it a lot taller than this. I want it to be the tallest build in Emerald City, and we're going to build so many more like this. So let's get started on this first skyscraper. This skyscraper is going to be very bland, very modern, mostly built out of glass and concrete. As you can see here, I am currently making the entire shape of this build. It is going to be very, very tall, and these corner bits that you just saw me building there, they were very awkward to place the glass down later on. It was very, very annoying trying to keep it in this sort of style. So that's why further up, as you'll see later, I changed the pattern a little bit so it's not one continuous straight up building, and it's going to have a sort of diversity. The further up you get, the more unique it's going to look. I have now got the shape of this build done, so let's get started with building the glass, the floors, and completing this so we can move on to more builds. Building this skyscraper was an absolute pain and took hours, mostly because I decided to build the floors and the ceilings out of slabs, which, as you know, are an absolute pain to place, and I hate making a mistake with these. I actually made a mistake, as you'll see in a second, where I had to go back down to the ground floor to break it and go back up the scaffolding. I had to do this so many times that by the end, every time I made a mistake, I'd just leave it, so when I was going back down the building to the ground floor, I could just take it out instead of going up and down, because it was taking forever and I wanted to move on to other builds. And placing these windows as well was also really annoying. Not these side bits because it was just blocks, but these panes, as you all know, placing glass panes is an absolute pain, and I mean that. I had to jump up and down like a maniac here to try and make sure that I didn't mess up, because I didn't bring my Silk Touch pickaxe with me, and I think I might have lost it when I was trying to find it later on, which was an absolute pain. I've got to go get a new one. And then we also have sea lanterns as the floors for this build, and stone as the floors. It's polished diorite at the top with, of course, the sea lanterns. And then we have two balconies, where we're going to put an apartment building, or apartment just in general, for a very special villager, and the top one would be for me. And after many hours of building, the first skyscraper of Emerald City is complete, and it is definitely the best build in this city. I love it so much, and it is also the tallest. As you can see, it's so much taller than EDF headquarters. That is a complete mistake because I got a bit carried away building it, and as you can see, it got very tall. That is why it's taken so long to build, and we only have about 30 to 40 days left in this episode to be able to build up Emerald City. So we need to get a move on, and I'm going to be getting a lot more builds done. But in the skyline, as you can see, it's looking a little bit out of place right now, but it will look a lot better once I build more, and I intend to build another one, or at least get another one started in this 100 days that's going to be right next to it. But now I'm going to cut to when it's night to see what it looks like, and as you can see, it looks absolutely amazing at night. I think it looks even better because it's all glowing. Now, eventually, I'm going to put some darkened rooms in with tinted glass. So, like, some rooms have got the lights on, some haven't. And it's going to make the whole building look a lot better. But I absolutely love this build. But anyway, I said we're going to have 40 days left. We need to get building, get a lot more done. And unfortunately, I can't use any more overlays and speaking because I've reached the limit for Sheriff Factory. I'm so sorry about that. I will try and get it fixed for next episode. So just enjoy some building montage while we've got music playing over it. And then I'll be right back with some actual in-game talking, some actual gameplay. And then that'll be it for the video. Before this video continues, if you are enjoying this video, then make sure to like, and while you're down there, comment to boost the algorithm and get this video to even more people who might enjoy it. And hey, while you're down there, why don't you subscribe? It's free and it will massively help me out to reach my ultimate 2024 goal of 1,000 subscribers and monetization. But now, back to the video. Now you may be wondering how I actually build these structures, and well, it is a pretty easy process. First of all, I find a location to build it. So the next build is going to be built on this corner. It's not much space, but it's not going to be a very big build. Then I go into my test world. Once in my test world, I come up with a design that will look good in the city and that I want to build and will be proud of completing. So now that I have my design, I have to get resources and then I start building it in the actual world. This should be enough blocks considering it is quite a small build. So now, as you can tell, I start building the actual structure. Now this road on this side of the skyscraper, I need to just discuss this to you guys. This side of the road is going to have all the massive skyscrapers and it's going to have a main access route in at a later date. This is a side alley and it is going to have some really rundown, more slum-like builds which I will be building over the next couple of minutes, and it is going to look really cool once it is done. We do have to get rid of this this street light, which is quite annoying because it's going to take a relatively annoying amount of time to build since it requires quite a lot of resources, but it's nothing too bad. I'm still trying to find my Silk Touch pickaxe, which I lost while building this skyscraper. Hopefully it will show up later because I really do need it back. But now we have the actual structure built up, it's time to build the windows. So the windows, I've built this one block too wide, so we're just going to push this down. This is the bit of the episode you guys don't actually get to see, so it's actually quite good that I actually ran out of space to build, to add speech overs and time lapses, because it will make you guys realize just how much time and effort I am putting into this video, and hey, it might even persuade you guys to subscribe. Anyway, let's get back to actually building. As you can see, I get the walls all built up, and then I've got to get the next floor done, and then I have a lot more to build along this road. We're probably going to go up to here, and then that'll hopefully be enough to get this finished. Oh, and then we have to build all of the sides of these builds, because right now they're just literally just facades. And that is it, guys. 100 full Minecraft days building in Emerald City. I know I didn't get much done, mostly because of that absolute beast of a build that took so long to build. But that is all that I have time for. As you can see, I have started placing the mushroom blocks on the sides and the roofing ready for the next episode. But I will be doing this sort of content again. I absolutely loved seeing what I could do in 100 days, and while we only built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 builds, it was an absolutely massive time because of the resources I had to gather and this skyscraper here. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, then make sure to like and subscribe. I have been Emerald Lord, and I will see you in the next video where it'll be a bit slower and we'll be building another Minecraft skyscraper. Goodbye.